everybody. Welcome back to another video. And after my last Photoshop video, I had a request to do another one. So, since I was going to be making a thumbnail today anyway for an upcoming video, I figured that I may as well record it and do a video on the process here. So I have a blank document at 1280 by 720 because that is the size for YouTube thumbnails. And first things first, I just create a new layer and then delete the background layer and come down to a transparency. Then we want to go desktop, and I create this folder called thumb. And this is what we're going to use to craft the thumbnail, are these elements. So the first thing that I have, oh, that's really tiny, that might have to get a new one of these, but I have this football stadium background. We'll see what this ends up looking like. That's okay actually, because I do want it to be out of focus anyway, so it's a little pixelated, but I'll live with it. Then we're going to get a gradient tool, and we're going to get a red color. And let's come here to our basics, and we go red with, let's not go white, let's go with like a darker red like this. Okay, so we're going to create a new layer. And we're going to put this gradient across like that. And we're going to put the opacity to 12%. 12%. Just add a little bit of a red tint to that background there. Okay. Now, we have to do our matchups. So, I'm going to do Jimmy Garoppolo and Matthew Stafford on this side. So here's Garoppolo. Okay. And just like I did in the last video, we rasterize this layer. Then we come in here with our selection tool. Make sure, okay, the edges look alright there. So that looks pretty solid. Takes care of that chunk. But it got bad here on this arm, so we got to remove some of this stuff. Like that. But it looks pretty clean now. Okay, solid. And again, it's trying to take out this hand. There we go. There's still some artifacts and stuff in here, but I can just come in and clean those up with the eraser tool. Let's turn it to 100%. And I can just come in with the eraser tool and clean up some of that artifacting that we have. Okay, and there we have Jimmy Garoppolo. There's Jimmy Garoppolo. Then let's bring in Matthew Stafford. You'll recognize I've used this image before. This was, I don't remember exactly when I used this, maybe in my last review video, but I have used this image before, but it's a really good high quality image, so I'm not opposed to using it again. Came up on the letters a little bit on the back there, so we gotta get rid of that, and there. Okay. And we're just cutting all of this out. Now, one thing that's funny is that European football, soccer fans, they make PNG cutouts of like every player. Doesn't matter how bad or good they are. Because so many people do edits. So if you look up any player, you can find like a perfect, professionally cut out on a transparency like image of that player if you're doing this for soccer. But American football fans do not do the same sorts of things. I have never found like high quality fan-made player transparencies for the NFL. It's weird. I don't know why that discrepancy exists like that, but it does. Okay, we're gonna take Stafford and we're gonna put him here, and we're gonna put Jimmy G this layer on top like this. This might look a little bit weird. I'd make Jimmy a little bit bigger. Like this. Okay. And clean this up a little bit. I noticed there's some artifacting down in here. Alright, and over here we have our NFC matchup. There's our NFC matchup. And then we bring in Burrow and Mahomes. So, here's Burrow. Okay, let's rasterize this. And then bring this in like this. Okay. We accidentally picked up some parts of the helmet here, so just take that all down. Alright. Okay. And oh, hold on, I see, there's like a little cut in. Oh no, not that. Oh boy, okay. It came in a little bit here on his pants, I didn't notice. Okay, take that off. Wow, this one really went off. It's always weird to me when Photoshop does that. I'm not sure exactly why. But then like this here gets like a perfect mask. It's weird how that happens. Okay, get that eraser. Clean up these lines. Just like this. Okay. And there's some artifacting along his butt cheek, so gotta clean that up. Gotta clean up Burrow's cake, you know what I'm saying? Okay, make him about in line with those guys. And then I'm gonna raise him up just a little bit like that. Okay. And now let's get Mahomes. Now this is a lower quality image, but since he's gonna be shrunken down, it doesn't really matter. I thought this was a really good, I thought the pose was really good. So let's start cutting out this audience. Why did his finger come into that? That's weird. Okay, and up to his knee. Okay. Ooh. Okay, there's that. And that. I think that's a nearly perfect cutout right there. And there we go. Get that. Okay, let's just start cutting this all out back here. Alright, he's gone. There. Okay. Yeah, the quick selection tool is sometimes like perfect, and then sometimes it just randomly grabs things that don't really make sense. But I guess that's what I get for, relying on the quick tool, not just doing it all manually. Okay, there's that. And can we get this one? We can. Okay. these lines. Okay. I think there's some. Now this is one thing you can do. This is like a trick I use. If you had a stroke, you can see where all the artifacting is. And you can come through and erase it all. That's kind of a, I don't know, a little trick I picked up. Even though these like edge ones probably wouldn't matter. It's just good to have it all cleaned up, you know what I'm saying? So you take out all these lines, like that, down here, right there. There's one on his helmet, and then we have this big block here on his hand, so we're gonna drop this down to 10 pixels. Okay. Can I do a quick select now on just that bit? Let's turn this stroke off. Okay, there goes the stroke. Can I just, no, I cannot get that little portion. Alright, let's go to a 5 pixel. Okay. We're going in between the fingers now. 5 pixel. 2 pixel. Okay. Like that. And I think we basically have Mahomes there. So I'm gonna shrink him down to the size of Burrow. And go like, or do I go like Burrow on top like that? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Don't want Stafford above Garoppolo. No, that arm is wild. So we're doing this and this as our matchups, right? I had to clean up that line on Garoppolo a little bit. Let's bring this back up to a 35. That's usually where I like to operate. And then just clean up that little edge there. And right there. Okay. So they're all looking good. We have Burrow and Mahomes versus Garoppolo and Stafford. Let's make them a little bit bigger. Okay. So we have all that right there. I think that I need to kind of pop them out a little bit more. So we're going to go image adjustment curves. We have our RGB curves, and I'm just going to pop it up a little bit just to give them a little bit more pizzazz, panache, whatever you want to call it. Image adjustment curves. Bring that up on Garoppolo, and then finally on Stafford. Just the same thing. Okay. But now what I do is I take this layer and I'm going to duplicate it. And I'm going to bring it above. So now the background gets this darker red effect. This is actually a terrible background. Now the more I look at it, let's go to Google Images. And we're going to go right here, NFL Stadium background. Okay. This one might be better. So I'm going to save this. It's a JPEG. We're putting it into thumb. Okay. Wait, .jfif. Oh boy. We're getting into weird file formats here, but okay, it still works. Alright, let's bring it up. Hold on, let's back it up a little bit. Okay, like that. Perfect. And then we get rid of this bottom layer and bring this down here. That looks much better. That looks much better. that. Let's even turn this to like 5%. So just like a very, maybe 7%, just a very faint redness on them. Okay, now we bring in the picture of me. So it's me like doing this, which one is it gonna be pose, you know? Choose your fighter, that sort of thing. So we rasterize the layer and then start clipping out the background, you know, the same thing we've been doing this entire time. That's a big chunk there. Let's take that all out. Good. Then we have this chunk. Oh, it's like my hair right there. I think I'm gonna have to go in and try and do that a little bit more precisely. Gotta take a JFK out of the background, just like the CIA did. Okay. There's this little, yeah, that corner right there. Get that. Have that white bit behind my head. And we have like this little section right here. Okay, now obviously there's a lot of artifacting in here, but we'll go clear that all up. Like that. Right there is some. Up here is some. Just get all of that cleared out. And let's. Like that. Like that. Okay, so then here's me doing this, like, which one's it gonna be? Pose. And I'll go like this. That looks good. Let's wipe this out right here. Okay. What's this? Okay, that's a line there. I need to separate me from the background a little bit, so let's throw a drop shadow on it. No stroke, just the drop shadow. Now we also see like this here. Oh, that's weird. This like got off center. Okay. That's bizarre. And there's some other elements over here. Oh, not that. Oh, not that, not that. Over here, there's some drop shadow and stuff that I need to clear out. Okay. So they have this. I think I even hit myself real quick with an auto tone, auto contrast, and auto color. Not the auto color. I think that looks good right there. Yep, that looks good. And then we go NFL. Let's just go champion. Oh, I have my Fallout 4 font enabled right now. Changes to impact. This is the font I use. Championship games. Predictions. Championship games predictions. So I want this to be big across the top like this. Like this. I bring it down just a touch. And then I want to go NFL. Make that big. And then across the line from it. So just drag it over here. Drag a copy over here. NFL. ASMR. Okay. But let's like put these. I think that because this is like further out. Like that looks good. Championship games predictions, NFL, ASMR. Put me there. Okay, hold on. I'm just trying to adjust these now. Make these a little bit bigger to take up more space, bring them closer to me like this. Okay, and let's go here. Okay, NFL ASMR. Put it close to the sides of my head like that, I guess. That looks weird because there's so much space over here, though. So maybe like this, NFL ASMR. It looks a little weird, but I'll live with it. I'll live with it. So let's come here, put the drop shadow and the stroke on it. That's what I always do. Come down here, stroke, drop shadow. And then drop shadow, stroke again. Championship games predictions, NFL ASMR. Or do I just go championship predictions? No, I think that was good. Championship games predictions, NFL ASMR. The spacing here still really gives me. I want to go like that and get it. There we go. Now it's closer on that side of my head at least. Do I want to put the gradient above me? Yeah, that looks good. I have the red gradient over me now. That looks solid. Alright, and I think that'll about do it. So I want to hit that with a file export, quick export. And then we send that to the desktop. And I hit, I'll just call it thumbnail. And we save that as a PNG. And there we go. That is the thumbnail that you guys will have already seen by the time this video goes up. So, I hope you guys liked this video. Definitely got some good feedback on that last Photoshop video I did, so I wanted to do another one of those, and somebody even specifically asked for me to do this, so hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this every single day. Until next time, guys, bye bye.